Section 41. You are listening at novelfull.audio. He is straightforward, easy to talk to, and easy to deal with. At least he looks much more pleasing to the eye than Su Jiping. Okay, Su Yang took the business card and took a look. After sending Su Tianqi to the door, Su Yang gradually relaxed. It was his first time acting, and he was a little nervous, not as good as those old foxes. Well done. Su Yang praised Su Jiping. Su Jiping said, "It's all thanks to the boss's planning." Although he still felt that the boss's offer was a little high, he also saw the ability of his boss. Every step of Su Tianqi seemed to be calculated by Su Yang. If Su Yang was a little more ruthless, he might be able to save more money. But a boss with a kinder personality doesn't seem to be a bad thing. Ding Xingho Fitness Store Manager Su Jiping's loyalty has increased to 90, and you get 1 strength attribute point. Hearing this prompt, Su Yang was stunned for a moment, then he laughed. "I'll give you 10,000 this time. Tell Gao Chang that he has one too." "Okay, boss." After getting rid of the burden of being powerful, Su Tianqi was in a good mood. Not long after, he received a call from Gao Chang. "Boss, how did the negotiation go?" Su Tianqi said proudly, "I personally came out, so of course it was successful." At this time, he had forgotten how embarrassed he was when he was negotiating with Su Jiping just now. "Then can I continue to be the store manager?" "I believe that with your ability, President Su will definitely appreciate you." Su Tianqi didn't want to say more to Gao Chang. "Okay, that's it, I'm driving." After that, he hung up the phone directly. Gao Chang sneered and put down the phone, but he soon became happy. Before calling Su Tianqi, he knew that the negotiation was successful. He was so happy that he turned around in the office, and then looked at the phone and laughed. "The new boss is still good. I haven't even got married yet, and he gave me a bonus of 10,000. Su Yang returned to the office and stuffed Su Tianqi's business card directly into the bottom of the drawer. After joining forces with Gao Chang to plot against Su Tianqi, Su Yang still felt somewhat guilty. It was probably unlikely that he would take care of his business. Standing in front of the window, looking at the towering office buildings outside, Su Yang was quite ambitious. "I felt a little tired at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and wanted to take a nap, but ended up sleeping until." Chapter 31. She was born in the 90s, and I, a post-00s, can't beat her. But at this time, he received a message from Yuan Cece on WeChat, asking him if he wanted to come to the private class at 4 o'clock as planned. Su Yang naturally agreed. There were still 20 minutes to 4 o'clock. After lying in the lounge for 10 minutes, he changed into fitness clothes and came to the private room. Maybe he came early. When he opened the door of the room, he saw Yuan Cece still practicing yoga. She did a split, her 2 slender and straight legs pressed tightly against the yoga mat, and her round and perky buttocks were facing Su Yang, which made Su Yang's heart beat faster. Just when he was about to leave the room, Yuan Cece seemed to hear a noise. "Is the boss here?" "Yeah." Now, Su Yang couldn't leave. "Boss, you seem to be here a few minutes early. How about I wait a little longer?" Yuan Cece chuckled. "Since you're here, help me." "Help you? Press me." Yuan Cece tried to press her chest against her right leg, "Just like I press your ligament." Su Yang wanted to refuse, but after hearing the last sentence, he couldn't say no. "Okay. Recently, there are a little too many classes. I don't want to move when I get home every day. My skills have regressed a little. I can only use my spare time." Yuan Cece seemed to complain. "Manager Su is much stricter with us than before. I heard that it was your idea." "Ha." Su Yang laughed. "The better the fitness coach's figure, the more professional he looks." "Humph." Yuan Cece has been with Su Yang for almost a month. The relationship between the two is relatively harmonious. She talks to Su Yang casually and occasionally jokes with him. Seeing Su Yang coming over, she instructed calmly. "Stand behind me, hold my shoulders and press forward." "Yes." Su Yang took a deep breath and stood behind Yuan Cece. He was a big man of 1.84 meters, and it was really difficult for him to stand and press Yuan Cece down. He had no choice but to kneel behind her. he grabbed Yuan Cece's shoulders with both hands and slowly pressed down. Under Su Yang's pressure, Yuan Cece's body slowly moved closer to her straight right leg. The distance was too close, so close that Su Yang could see the small mole on her snow-white neck. Yes. Hearing this nasal sound, Su Yang felt that all his muscles were tensed. At this moment, Yuan Cece's left shoulder seemed to be crooked. Su Yang didn't notice it, and his left hand lost support, and he fell directly on her. The small private training area was quiet, so quiet that you could hear the breathing of the two. The fitness clothes were close-fitting, and it was summer at the end of July. The touch from each other's bodies reached the nerve endings directly, just when Su Yang was about to lose control of himself. Yuan Cece whispered, "Boss, you hurt me." Then, a strong force gently pushed him away. Only then did Su Yang gradually recover. After glancing at the camera in the corner above the private area, he calmed down a little again. "Excuse me. It doesn't matter, it was just an accident. My shoulders did shake just now." Yuan Cece sat on the yoga shop and began to explain to Su Yang, "You just want to help me." Seeing Yuan Cece take the initiative to excuse herself, Su Yang felt relieved. Immediately, her eyes dropped, and she pursed her lips and lowered her head shyly. Su Yang looked down, his face immediately lost its expression. "These damn shorts. Why is elasticity so good?" He opened the door and was about to go out, but was pulled back by Yuan Cece. "What would you do if someone saw you going out like this?" "This." Su Yang also reacted. Section 42. You are listening at novelfull.audio. It's really not okay to go out like this now. If he is seen by other fitness coaches, he will really be killed. Sit down. Yuan Cece pointed to the stool next to her and said, "Calm down." Okay. Su Yang sat on the stool with his butt facing Yuan Cece, lowered his head and didn't want to talk. This is a normal physiological reaction. Yuan Cece whispered, "You don't have to be too shy." Su Yang raised his head and saw that Yuan Cece was indeed holding back her laughter. He took a deep breath and decided not to bother with this woman. "But I didn't expect you to be so sensitive." Su Yang was confused. Yuan Cece tied her hair again. "Let your girlfriend help you solve it when we get back." "I don't have a girlfriend." "No way." Yuan Cece asked in surprise, "Are you sure you are not kidding?" "No kidding." Yuan Cece looked at Su Yang's frank eyes and asked uncertainly, "Really?" "Yeah." She asked tentatively, "Do you like boys?" She had a young female customer who had liked two good-looking boys before. It turned out that both boys didn't like women. This experience is really unique. Su Yang asked back, "What do you think?" Yuan Cece looked at Su Yang's slightly embarrassed posture and couldn't help laughing again. "I'm curious, how can someone as good-looking and rich as you not have a girlfriend?" Yuan Cece walked in front of Su Yang and sat directly on the yoga mat, her eyes full of curiosity. "If someone like you walks on the street, girls should take the initiative to chat with you, right?" "Girlfriend?" Su Yang smiled reluctantly and said nothing more. However, Yuan Cece could still see a flash of reminiscence and melancholy in Su Yang's eyes. Looking at the handsome boy in front of her, she suddenly had an impulse to rush up and hug him. Yuan Cece asked softly, "So, did you break up?" "Yeah." "Why?" "For a man as good as you, I can't think of the reason why she left you." "Do you want to know?" Su Yang looked at Yuan Cece, who was like a beautiful and intimate elder sister at this time. That gentle look seemed to be able to tolerate any sadness. Yuan Cece tilted her head and looked at him gently. "You can tell it to me. If you need someone to listen to you, I won't tell anyone." Su Yang habitually picked up the phone and glanced at the screen casually. Yuan Cece. Yuan Cece was a little confused and didn't understand why Su Yang called her. Shouldn't she talk to herself now? She was ready to comfort Su Yang. "During working hours, do you want to continue to slack off in front of the boss?" "Ah." The agreed private lesson time has passed. Su Yang showed the screen of his mobile phone to Yuan Cece, which showed 4:01. He stood up and educated her in a serious tone. "You are so perfunctory in giving private lessons to the boss. wouldn't you be even more excessive in giving private lessons to other students? Deduct 50 yuan from you as punishment. Huh. Yuan Cece tilted her head and looked at Su Yang, but she quickly jumped up on the spot. You good fellow. Is this man born in the year of the dog? He turned against her as soon as he said so. He also deducted her salary. Although 50 yuan is not a big amount for her, but the amount is not big, it is extremely insulting. Don't you admit it? Su Yang pointed at the camera and said, there is surveillance as evidence. Yuan Cece took a deep breath and felt that her chest was about to explode. Let's go to class. Oh, Yuan Cece said aggrievedly, this little expression looks like a wronged young wife. But Su Yang didn't feel sorry for her, instead he became alert to her, he knew that this woman was definitely pretending. He almost fell into her trap just now. This woman was born in the 90s, and he, born in the aughts, seemed to be a bit out of his league. Chapter 32 Gu Jianjun's Departure. Master-level strength training. After a private lesson, Yuan Cece had that aggrieved expression. This made Su Yang want to laugh and tease her, but he controlled his emotions. The most important thing was that the more he thought about it, the more wrong it seemed. When the alarm rang at 5 o'clock, Yuan Cece asked Su Yang to stretch the ligament a little more, and then she generously said, these 5 minutes are a gift to you. Thank you. Su Yang replied weakly. He lay on the yoga shop and didn't want to move. He wiped his forehead, which was full of sweat. In this private lesson, Yuan Cece did look aggrieved throughout the whole process, but the amount of exercise he completed was really a lot, 3 times more than the previous private lessons. He suspected that Yuan Cece did it on purpose. Although the amount of exercise was very large, Su Yang felt very refreshed. It should be caused by the high secretion of dopamine. Yuan Cece handed Su Yang a towel, then boss, can you return the 50 to me? Su Yang wiped the sweat off his face. No, that it was the first time for him to deduct employees' wages. In the past, he was always deducted by others. I have to say, it feels really good to have power. Feeling that he was lightly kicked, Su Yang turned around and saw Yuan Cece put away her beautiful feet. He casually grabbed the foot that was about to retract. Section 43. You are listening at novelfull.audio. But Yuan Cece, who was sitting on the yoga mat, turned around and moved away from Su Yang very quickly. She ran very fast, just like a rabbit. But Su Yang didn't have the energy to do anything now, so he just wanted to lie down and rest. Not far away, Yuan Cece smiled and said, boss, with your physical strength, you need to exercise more. Su Yang turned his face away and didn't want to talk. His physical strength is already quite good now. After this period of hard training, his physical fitness, strength, and agility have all increased to 12 points, compared with when he first started fitness. All attributes have increased by 3 points. With the help of Yuan Cece, his figure has become better and better. It is very effective. But if he wants to continue to improve, the difficulty will become greater and greater. Either he increases the amount of exercise, or accumulates slowly. After resting for a few minutes, Su Yang got up from the ground, said goodbye to Yuan Cece, and went directly to the bathroom. After taking a hot bath, he felt much more relaxed. Although his body was tired, his spirit was quite good. With Su Tianqi's cooperation, the transfer of Qiangli Fitness went very smoothly without any obstacles. Su Yang also re-signed a 3-year lease with the property management. Upon learning that Qiangli was bought by Xingho, Qiangli's employees were all beaming with joy. Manager Gao, is our Qiangli really bought by President Su of Xingho? Gao Chang nodded, yes. That's great. I've had enough of that Su Tianqi. Ahem. Gao Chang coughed. You should still respect President Su, after all, he is our former boss. Su Tianqi has a bit of an impatient temper, because the gym's performance has not been good recently. He often gets angry at meetings. Occasionally when he comes to the gym, he will pick a poor guy to go to the office and give him a lecture, so he is very unpopular. Someone asked, Manager, I heard that Xingho has a good treatment. Will President Su give us a salary increase? Gao Chang shook his head again and again, not sure. But at this time, Gao Chang couldn't help but raise the corners of his mouth. It's hard for Gao Chong to say this, if you want to say it, Su Yang must say it. It only takes 1 day longer than Qiangli to get the business license of Jijian Fitness Shop. In Jijian's office, Gu Jianjun looked at the familiar office and couldn't help but said to Zhou Shunian, Shunian, after I leave, you have to manage the gym well. Okay, boss. I'm not a boss anymore. Gu Jianjun laughed, you have to manage those guys well. Yeah. Zhou Shunian suddenly felt his nose a little sour. As a middle-aged man, he hasn't had this feeling for a long time. They didn't get much salary when they followed me before, but now I have helped them get benefits before they leave. Gu Jianjun said with a smile, they must agree with the concept of Xingho, and their boss is generous enough, he won't treat you unfairly. Yeah. Zhou Shunian nodded heavily, boss, don't worry, with me here, the gym won't have any problems. Okay. Gu Jianjun smiled, come, help me pack up. After Gu Jianjun packed up his things and opened the office door, he saw a group of employees standing at the door. At the end of July, Muscle Fitness and Powerful Fitness both changed to Xingho's signboard. The membership systems of the 3 gyms also officially communicated with each other, that is to say, no matter which store you apply for a membership card, you can use it in another store, after annexing a medium-sized gym and a large gym. Xingho's scale has been ranked among the best in Rongcheng. However, Xingho does not have much conflict of interest with other fitness brands for the time being, because the radiation range of the gym is relatively small. You can't make much money by operating a gym for a long time. When people open large or medium-sized gyms, they will automatically keep a certain safe distance from other large or medium-sized gyms. As for small fitness studios with only 1 or 200 square meters, the two sides are not the same business model. Just like the difference between a restaurant and a fly restaurant, Su Yang first came to the original Muscle Fitness gym, now the Xingho Fitness North Street store. He first encouraged these employees, explained the service-oriented concept of Xingho, and raised the salary of employees to the same level as Xingho. This naturally made him gain a lot of loyalty. For insurance, Su Yang also investigated the employees of the North Street store one by one. The loyalty of all employees exceeded 70, and the loyalty of most employees directly exceeded 80. This made Su Yang very satisfied. Back in the office, Su Yang said to Zhou Shunian, Manager Zhou, I am very relieved to have you here. Zhou Shunian also has the proficiency level gym management ability, and his ability is no worse than Su Zhiping. After 5 years at Jijian Fitness, 2 large commercial gyms wanted to hire him as a store manager with high salaries, but he refused. He was the most loyal to Su Yang at the Beta Street store. Su Yang estimated that Zhou Shunian was influenced by Su Zhiping. Zhou Shunian replied respectfully, thank you for the compliment, boss. I was quite satisfied with your previous work at Jijian. The level of your fitness coaches is also quite good. And your gym management philosophy is also very consistent with our Xingho. Zhou Shunian couldn't help but smile and said, thank you, boss. Su Yang noticed that Zhou Shunian's loyalty began to rise again. Therefore, he was right to praise. Also, I will transfer Feng Jianqing. Su Yang pointed to Feng Jianqing's information and said, I feel that if he stays here, he will be a bit inferior to his talents. When Zhou Shunian heard this, he couldn't help but exclaimed, Mr. Su really has a sharp eye. Ding Spark Fitness, North Street, store manager Zhou Shunian's loyalty has been increased to 90, and you will get 1 physical attribute point. After getting 1 point of physical attribute, Su Yang felt happy. Zhou Shunian sighed, old Feng is really showing off his talents by staying here. Why doesn't he find another gym? Su Yang was a little curious. When he was investigating the group of fitness coaches just now, he immediately noticed Feng Jianqing. There was no way he couldn't help but notice. Feng Jianqing is a handsome and muscular man. His facial features are 3-dimensional, somewhat like the bronze mask unearthed in Sanxingdui. His hair is gray, but his skin is in good condition and he is in high spirits, wearing fitness short sleeves. He has very beautiful muscle lines on his arms, and his strong pectoralis major muscles can be faintly seen. Of course, the most important thing is that Su Yang noticed his master-level strength training and master-level aerobic training abilities. He has seen many fitness coaches with master-level strength training abilities. Most male fitness coaches are good at this. But at the master level, he has only seen one like this. Chapter 33 I am really a genius at losing money. Su Yang just checked his information. Section 44. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Feng Jianqing is 58 years old and used to be a weightlifter. I haven't won any national competition results, but I have won a championship at the next level. But that was already a long time ago. He later served as a weightlifting coach for a while, but resigned again. He also worked as a fitness instructor in a commercial gym, but he often changed jobs repeatedly. Finally he came to Zhejiang and stayed there for 5 years. Zhou Shunian thought for a while and commented, Feng Jianqing is quite capable, but he has a rather upright and stern temperament. Stern and strict? Su Yang nodded, that's not bad, Zhou Shunian reminded, but sometimes he offends guests. It's okay. Su Yang smiled, I can let him teach the coach, his master-level strength training ability should be top-notch even in the country. Asking him to teach ordinary students, Su Yang felt that he was overqualified. Zhou Shunian was stunned for a moment, then realized, this is indeed possible. All the fitness coaches in our gym have been coached by him. Isn't that just right? Not long after, Su Yang met Feng Jianqing. Feng Jianqing's loyalty to him is 79, which means he has a good impression. Boss, you called me? Yes, Coach Feng, are you interested in moving to another gym? Feng Jianqing was a little embarrassed. Boss, I'm used to staying here. I need you to help me train a fitness instructor. If you do well, I can increase your salary to 20,000. If you perform well, 30,000 is not impossible. Su Yang thinks it's worth it for his master-level strength training ability and a monthly salary of 20,000 to 30,000 yuan. When male students come to the gym to exercise, they prefer to try strength training and want to make themselves stronger. He felt that it was necessary to improve the strength training level of his male fitness coach. Hearing Su Yang's offer, Feng Jianqing couldn't help but swallowed. This is not impossible. When he was staying at Zhejiang, plus the income from personal training classes, he could only earn more than 10,000 yuan a month at most, more than 10,000. It is already one of the best in Musician. But Su Yang asked for 20,000 or 30,000 yuan, how could he refuse? The most important thing is that Xingho is very fond of Feng Jianqing. Teaching a fitness coach is much easier than selling personal training classes. Su Yang smiled and said, then it's settled. In the afternoon of that day, Su Yang came to the former Qiangli Fitness, now the Xingho Fitness High-Tech Zone store. The construction here is quite luxurious, there are all kinds of fitness equipment, and the fitness instructors are younger. However, the overall professional level of fitness coaches lags behind that of Zhejiang, also behind Starfire. Must improve. Su Yang reiterated Spark's customer-first service requirements as usual, encouraged them as usual, and also gave them all a salary increase. Gao Chang stood up and applauded. Other employees followed suit, and the audience burst into applause. Very good. Thank you, boss, the girl at the front desk shouted. Boss, I love you. This group of young people seemed very excited, and their loyalty gradually increased. Their loyalty has grown even faster than that of previous Spark employees. Compared with the old muscle-healthy employees who are more in line with the business philosophy, they are no less generous. This made Su Yang slightly puzzled, but also very satisfied. Ding Xingho Fitness, High-Tech Zone, Tian, Zhao Shaoling, and Yu Lia's loyalty has been increased to 90, and you will receive a reward of 130,000. 130,000. Employee loyalty exceeded 90 so quickly. Su Yang is even more satisfied. He glanced at the 3 names, 2 young girls, and a cleaner aunt. Have to. He is almost becoming a friend of women. He probed Gao Chang's loyalty again. Ding Xingho Fitness, High-Tech Zone, store manager Gao Chang's loyalty is increased to 90, and you get 1 strength attribute point. He was silent. Gao Chang's increase in loyalty was completely beyond his expectation. He had always thought that Gao Chang was the kind of employee who would not be loyal to anyone. The proof is from how he bribed him and dealt with his former boss. After winning Chang, he even thought of finding an excuse to fire Gao Chang, but this thought only passed by for a moment. After all, Gao Chang was a meritorious official and helped him save more than 1 million. Su Yang does not require everyone to be a die-hard loyalist with a loyalty level of 90%. After all, people change all the time, and so does loyalty. Therefore, as long as Gao Chang is loyal to him and manages the gym in the high-tech zone seriously, Su Yang will not touch him. As a result, Gao Chang, who worries Su Yang the most, has the fastest increase in loyalty. When he arrived at the gym office, Su Yang asked Gao Chang casually, "I feel like the employees here seem to welcome me." Gao Chang smiled awkwardly. Maybe the former boss was too harsh on them. Su Yang suddenly realized, no wonder the loyalty increased so quickly. Su Tianqi was unpopular in the past, but now that Su Yang is here, all these employees are happy to welcome Master Wang. Su Yang thought for a moment and asked, "Do you have any suggestions for our Xingho reform?" "I have no objection." Gao Chang straightened his back and said, "The boss is focusing on the long term, and the reform is beneficial and harmless." "I strongly agree." "Then let's make reforms based on the Spark regulations." Gao Chang immediately replied, "Boss, I have already prepared it." "Good. There is also Starfire's challenge event, you must also participate." "No problem, boss." Gao Chang assured, "Our high-tech zone store will go all out." Gao Chang's mood at this time was naturally extremely exciting. Su Tianqi finally got out. Looking forward to the stars, looking forward to the moon, he finally looked forward to Su Yang. The current boss, Su Yang, comes from a wealthy family, has a gentle personality and is kind to others. However, his methods are very powerful, and he is several levels higher than Su Tianqi. Gao Chang can't think of anything else. And Su Yang also offered him a high salary as promised. If the salary is enough, his strength will be a gun in the boss's hand. Su Yang was very satisfied with Gao Chang's attitude. His little grudge against Gao Chang has almost disappeared. Can that be called betraying the former boss? Section 45. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Obviously, that should be called abandoning the dark and joining the light. After finishing a day's work, Su Yang returned to the office of Xingho Qinglong store. Sitting in the office, Su Yang briefly counted the income brought to him by the three fitness stores: Xingho Fitness, Qinglong District Store, 1,800 square meters, currently has 29 employees, 21 plus 8, and is expected to pay 470,000 yuan in wages in July. Under his vigorous reform, the income from private lessons sold by fitness coaches has decreased by more than 1/3, close to 1/2. The number of fitness members has increased a lot, but this is just a drop in the bucket. Deducting the rent, Su Yang estimates that the Qinglong District store will lose about 130,000 yuan in July. Su Yang still remembers that when Zhang Liang handed the gym to him, it was barely profitable. As a result, after he took over, it directly lost 130,000 yuan in the second month. Xingho Fitness North Street Store, Jijin Fitness, 700 square meters, currently has 10 employees, and is expected to pay 120,000 yuan in wages in July after the salary increase. But Su Yang doesn't care, most of the wages in July are still paid by Gu Jianjun, he only needs to pay the extra 50,000 yuan from the salary increase. But if the promotion is not intensified, the Beida Street store will definitely start to lose money due to employee salaries next month. It is estimated that it will lose 40,000 to 50,000 yuan every month. Xingho Fitness High-Tech Zone Store, Strong Fitness, 2,000 square meters, currently has 25 employees and is expected to pay 510,000 yuan in July wages after the salary increase. The main reason is that their performance in July was not good, and the share of fitness coaches was not high. Fortunately, the July salary of 340,000 yuan was paid by Su Tianqi, and Su Yang probably needed to make up 170,000 yuan. This store has been losing money. With Su Yang's business reform, it will only lose more in a short period of time. After reading these data, Su Yang couldn't help but laugh at himself. I'm really a genius at losing money. But think about the happy things, even if it is a loss on the books, he is actually still profitable. After all, he is a man with a system, and his salary will be returned. Su Jiping's Qinglong District Store, Su Yang can probably get 350,000 yuan, Gao Chang's high-tech zone store, he should be able to get 340,000 yuan personally. This 340,000 is Su Tianqi's friendly reward, and the loss in July is also Boss Su's. Zhou Xunian's Beida Street store, he can get 70,000 personally. 70,000 also comes from Gu Jianjun's friendly sponsorship, but the profit of more than 10,000 in July is also Boss Gu's. In general, Su Yang can get 760,000 from the 3 gyms in early August. It is slightly lower than Su Yang expected, but it is not unacceptable. Including his hot pot restaurant, he had an income of more than 800,000 in early August. A monthly income of 1 million is not a dream. He knows very well that after next month, it will be the promotion period for the gym. Su Yang's goal is to break even. In addition, the number of employees in his gym has reached 64. After a while, he will recruit more people, and with the employees of the hot pot restaurant, he seems to be not far from 100 employees. Chapter 34 Xiao Xiao wants to lose weight. A call from the squad leader. Su Yang took another look at his account balance. After opening the hot pot restaurant, his account balance was more than 1.6 million. He then transferred another 200,000 yuan to the hot pot restaurant's account, which was mainly used for marketing and purchasing ingredients, and now, he still has more than 1.5 million yuan in his account. He spent only 150,000 yuan on buying Jijian. He also paid the landlord a deposit and rent, a total of more than 200,000 yuan. He received 200,000 yuan from Su Tianqi for buying Qiangli. When he re-signed the lease with the property, he paid a deposit of 50,000 yuan. The rent has not been paid yet, and Su Tianqi also paid the rent for 2 months. In addition to the 130,000 yuan reward for 3 employees in the high-tech zone with a loyalty of 90, hey. He doesn't seem to have spent any money. Su Yang feels that in addition to being able to obtain the title of a loss-making genius, he can also get the title of a money-saving expert. However, some of his money should be spent soon. He has to pay the 3 gyms, otherwise they can't support it. In addition, the gyms will have large-scale marketing activities next month. These will definitely cost money. But the marketing of the gym will not cost too much. The main expenses are still advertising and online marketing. Offline marketing still needs to be done by fitness coaches and employees. And on the 7th of next month, all 4 stores under his name will pay wages at the same time. After getting his mood in order, Su Yang left the gym and got into Maran's car. Maran was full of confidence in his last interview, but in the end there was no result. But Maran was not too discouraged. Interview failure is the norm. That when he said this, Maran was quite open-minded. Of course, the second sentence he said was, "Don't you still have a boss who wants me?" Su Yang laughed at that time. At 7 o'clock in the afternoon, standing on the side of the busy food street, watching the Zhoushiang beef hot pot restaurant still full of customers, when several customers sat on the stools waiting, Su Yang was in a very good mood. The opening 7-day big discount event ended for several days, but there was still a constant stream of customers coming to Zhoushiang to consume. Guofeng would give him the revenue of the hot pot restaurant every night, and the business was still booming. The daily turnover can reach at least 20,000, and it is normal to exceed 30,000 on weekends. 20,000 turnover, that's 600,000 a month. If the gross profit margin is 50%, it is also 300,000 minus the 50,000 rent, water, electricity, gas, and labor costs. It is close to 200,000 net income, 200,000 a month, much more profitable than the gym. He glanced at the skewer's shop next door, and their business was also good, just like what he saw half a month ago. In other words, Zhoushiang's rise did not affect the other party's business. It can only be said that a good store location and a large flow of customers are really important. Taking out his mobile phone, Su Yang took a few more photos and sent them to his mother. He casually sent a message, "Business is full, I calculated the accounts yesterday, and I can pay off the loan with this month's dividends." 2 days ago, his mother called him and asked about the loan. Before Su Yang could wait for the news, Jian Wei saw him and ran over immediately. "Boss, you're here?" Su Yang asked curiously. "I heard someone is coming to visit the store today." "They're already here, and they're in the store now." "Oh." Su Yang followed Jian Wei into the store, and saw a staff member holding a video camera near the window of the hot pot restaurant, filming a plump pretty girl. At this time, the girl was eating beef in big mouthfuls, sweating on her forehead, and the corners of her mouth were stained with red oil. Section 46. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Seeing the happy and satisfied expression on her face when she was eating meat, Su Yang, who had just had dinner, felt hungry again. Other customers looked at her curiously. There are also some young customers filming or taking photos. Of course, most customers just glanced at it and ignored it. There are quite a few internet celebrity anchors in Rongcheng, and they are all used to watching them, but as soon as the girl spoke, Su Yang wanted to laugh. It's delicious. It's delicious. It's really delicious. Basil Deppen. This fluent Bashu dialect really surprised Su Yang, perhaps because of the information cocoon room. He still rarely sees short videos in Bashu dialect on Douyin. Especially such a young beauty. Boss, Guofang came to Su Yang and greeted him gently. Su Yang smiled and said, "This anchor seems quite interesting. She is Chen Xiaoxiao, whose Douyin account is called Xiaoxiaweo to lose weight. She used to do mukbang, but later switched to making food and store exploration videos. She has more than 800,000 fans on Douyin and 500,000 fans on Xiaobeishi." Guofang emphasized, most of her fans are from the Bashu region, and there are also many in Rongcheng. I was introduced to them through friends. Su Yang nodded in approval. Okay. Zhoushiang Beef Hot Pot is just one store, and it's no use if its reputation spreads all over the country. On the contrary, it is more cost-effective to hire a local food shop explorer with many young fans. How much did it cost? Guofang laughed and said, she came here once for lunch and said our restaurant was really delicious, so she only charged us 6,000. Su Yang was curious, is it more than 6,000? Not much. For anchors like her, it is more expensive to advertise local restaurants. 6,000 is indeed a cheap price. Generally, she can receive 8,000 to 10,000. Guofang explained, if it tastes good, she will slightly lower the price, but if it tastes bad, she will refuse it outright. Su Yang nodded, that's not bad, this beef hot pot restaurant tastes really good and is highly recommended. Each dish is quite generous. The beef is freshly cut, so you don't have to worry about eating any weird meat. Look at my payment list. I can only eat 100 with such a big appetite, and you will eat even less. I saw the store explorer continue to speak clearly. This is a store in Rongcheng Feida Plaza. If you include the high rent, it is already very affordable. I can give this store 4.5 stars. If you come to Feida Plaza in Qinglong district, this Zhoushiang hot pot restaurant is definitely not to be missed. 4.5 stars. Su Yang looked at Guofang, that should be a good review, right? Guofang quickly explained, the total score is 5 points, and it is rare to give it 4.5 stars. She gave the Chuan next door 4 stars, and she only gave 3.5 stars to Guadi Lao at the street corner because the taste was too much. Ordinary. Alright. Su Yang feels that the 4.5 star rating is not bad. After they finished shooting, Chen Xiaoxiao was pulled over by several customers and fans to take a group photo. After dealing with these things, she came over directly. Manager Guo, the material has been shot and will be sent to you for review after editing. Guofang smiled and said, that would be troublesome. What trouble are you talking about? If you give me money, I will do something for you. Chen Xiaoxiao said straightforwardly. She quickly turned her gaze to Su Yang, this is a handsome guy. Guofang quickly introduced, this is Su Yang, the owner of our hot pot restaurant. Su Yang said politely, hello, thank you for coming to advertise for us. Hello, Boss Su. Chen Xiaoxiao naturally took out his mobile phone and said, let's increase our prestige. Su Yang was a little hesitant. He didn't like adding strangers as friends, even a good-looking woman. Chen Xiaoxiao looked at this handsome and aloof man and said with a smile, maybe we will have a chance to cooperate in the future. Good. Hearing this, Su Yang no longer hesitated, took out his mobile phone and added the prestige of this beauty. After Chen Xiaoxiao left, Su Yang chatted with Guofeng about the next plan, and after encouraging Jian Wei, he received a call from Jiang Pingyuan as soon as he left the hot pot restaurant. Su Yang was still a little dazed when he suddenly saw the name of the university monitor, but he picked up the phone anyway. Jiang Pingyuan asked on his mobile phone, "Su Yang, haven't you contacted me for a long time? It's been a while, it must have been a year, and we haven't contacted each other since graduation." At that time, Su Yang was in autistic state and had little contact with anyone, including the monitor. Jiang Pingyuan asked, "Didn't you read the news about your classmates?" "No, his classmate group has been blocked." Chapter 35 Past Events. Materialistic Torrent. Comprehensive Enhancements. Are you coming to the class reunion? When? The 10th of next month. Can't go. Su Yang calculated that he would be very busy next month, because of the purchase of Qianli and Zhejian. Spark's promotion plan has been changed. At that time, 3 gyms will need to promote it at the same time. The promotional plan originally scheduled for early August has been postponed for 10 days, which happens to be August 10th. And he didn't want to go to the class reunion, it felt boring. "No." Jiang Pingyuan said in an exaggerated tone on the phone, "If you didn't come, there would be far fewer girls in our class. I heard that you and senior sister Ning broke up, and they all want to take over. You have a girlfriend already?" "No. Still thinking about senior sister Ning. How is that possible?" Su Yang smiled and said, "But I'm busy at work, so I won't go." "You don't have time on weekends?" "I don't have weekends." Jiang Pingyuan complained, "Bosses are really not good people." Su Yang pursed his lips, "I am the boss." "You started a business." Jiang Pingyuan knew about Su Yang's family situation. "Yeah. What do you do?" "Hot pot." "Is business good?" "Very good." Su Yang found Jiang Pingyuan's prestige and forwarded a few photos sent to his mother to him. "When will you come to Rongqing Feda Plaza to play and eat hot pot here? I'll treat you." When he was in college, he had a good relationship with this class monitor. "It's okay." Jiang Pingyuan smiled, "Business is really good, you should have made a lot of money, right?" "Not bad. It looks more than just okay. I will definitely eat yours some other day." "Welcome. Are you sure you don't want to go?" "Sure." "Okay then." After hanging up the phone, Su Yang went into the supermarket and bought a can of beer. Section 47. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Opening the can, the slightly bitter wine went down his throat, giving him a refreshing feeling. Following the crowd and feeling the cool breeze, Su Yang thought of Ning Jieqi. Ning Jieqi was his college senior, and she was very beautiful. When he first entered college, Ning Jieqi started pursuing him. He couldn't resist the temptation at that time. He thought he had found love, and that he and Ning Jieqi could be together forever. However, when he was preparing for his thesis defense in his senior year, Ning Jieqi unilaterally announced that she had broken up with him. In fact, the breakup had been foreshadowed. Since Ning Jieqi left school, the relationship between them had become increasingly weak, but Su Yang was naturally unwilling at the time, so he asked about the reason for the breakup. He wanted to know everything. Ning Jieqi said that Su Yang was too self-centered and too naive. He had a strong desire for control. When she went out for social events at night and didn't answer the phone, he would call several times in a row. Anyway, he scolded Su Yang from head to toe. She also clearly listed all the mistakes Su Yang had made over the past few years, and criticized them thoroughly from beginning to end. She also said that Su Yang could not give her the life she wanted. She even talked about Su Yang's parents, saying that his parents were ordinary farmers. His grandfather had a disability in his legs. The naive Su Yang still tried to save this relationship and persuade Ning Jieqi to change her mind, until the end. Ning Jieqi's friend saw Su Yang's pity and told him that Ning Jieqi had recently been in a relationship with a rich man in his 30s. That rich man still had a wife. This news made Su Yang, who was trapped in self-criticism and self-doubt at the time, feel cold. After so much time, Su Yang also walked out of that relationship. Occasionally he would think of Ning Jieqi. But every time he thought of it, his heart became colder. After entering society, Su Yang felt the importance of money more and more. For money, he worked like a cow and a horse for his boss. For money, his boss bowed his head to the client and drank himself to a perforated stomach at the wine table. For money, there are also countless women who sell themselves. Power and money will divide people into different levels, even if Su Yang didn't agree with it at first. This turbulent torrent still subtly changed him. He must admit the importance of money, especially in this era where people laugh at poverty but not at prostitution. Throwing the beer can into the trash can, Su Yang got into Ma Rant's car. In the car, Su Yang's mother called. She seemed very happy to know that Su Yang could pay off the loan. Afterwards, she cared about Su Yang for a few more words, and the topic turned directly to his emotional problems. Su Yang had to perfunctorily pass the matter by saying that he was developing his career. Back in the rental house, Su Yang called up his personal attribute panel while taking a shower. In just 1 month, he has accumulated 7 physical attribute points, 6 strength attribute points, and 3 agility attribute points. Among them, there are rewards for opening gyms and hot pot restaurants. There are also attribute point rewards for Wang Hu, Su Jiping, Zhou Shunian, and Gao Chang who have reached the post-90s loyalty level. Now, Su Yang's physique, strength, and agility attributes have all reached 12 points. Even the spirit has increased a little, reaching 11 points, compared with 10. Spirit, 9 physique, 9 strength, and 9 agility a month ago. It has improved a lot. But if you want to continue to improve through exercise, the difficulty will begin to increase. Taking out an hour to exercise every day is already Su Yang's limit. He can't stay in the gym for a long time every day. Without any hesitation, he added all these attribute points. The moment the attributes were added, Su Yang felt a warm current flowing through his limbs and bones, and the whole person felt as comfortable as soaking in a hot spring. About a minute later, looking at himself in the mirror again, Su Yang couldn't help but smile. His figure didn't change too much, it just looks more symmetrical and strong, just like a top male model. The muscle lines on his body are also clearer, strong chest muscles, clear 8-pack abs, strong thighs. With a little effort, his arms will also show beautiful muscle lines. At this moment, Su Yang seemed to be emitting a kind of vigorous vitality. Su Yang was very satisfied with his physical condition. At least he didn't become a muscle man in the gym. Looking at the personal attribute panel, Su Yang's personal data has also changed greatly compared to last month. Name, Su Yang, level, 2, 86, talent, 1, fitness strongman, 2, photographic memory, 3, sensitive taste, spirit, 11, constitution, 19, strength, 18, agility, 15, special skills, 1, business deduction, 2, exploration, general skills, 1. Advertising design, skilled, 2. Car driving skills, beginner, 3. Gym management, beginner, 4. Hot pot restaurant management, beginner, company studio store, 1, Spark Fitness, 64, 2. Zhoushan beef hot pot, 22, cash, 1.53 million, available attribute points, none, expected funds to be obtained next month, 1.21 million. After returning to his room, Su Yang began to think about what to do next. He didn't need to intervene in the promotion of Spark for the time being, as the plan had been set long ago. Now he just included the other 2 stores. In the next few days, he had to quickly determine the location of the new hot pot restaurant. The hot pot restaurant in Feda Plaza has almost stabilized. He has already selected the manager and chef of the new store. Everything is ready, just waiting for the store to open and expand. Looking at the somewhat cramped 20-square-meter rental house, Su Yang also plans to move to a new residence as soon as possible. Chapter 36 End of Private Training Course. Shindu Garden Rental House. On August 1st, Su Yang came to the gym. Almost everyone who saw him could feel the obvious changes in him, even if he was still wearing that ordinary jeans and short-sleeved shirt. Fong Tong at the front desk whispered, "The boss seems more confident and more handsome." Zhou Xiaolu. "I feel like he seems to be more powerful." Fong Tong. "More imposing, right?" Zhou Xiaolu nodded repeatedly. "Yes, yes, yes. That's what I mean." The continuous success, the continuous expansion of the store, the rapid increase in income, the confidence and grasp of his own future, the long-term persistence in exercise, and the comprehensive strengthening of the body are constantly enhancing Su Yang's confidence. Section 48. You are listening at novelfull.audio. It also made Su Yang's spirit reach a new height, making him look energetic. Now Su Yang is no longer the handsome guy with beautiful skin. As for Su Yang's aura, it was naturally developed through exercise, physical strengthening, and managing employees. After learning about the progress of publicity preparations from Su Jiping, Su Yang sent a letter of authority to Yuan Sisi, saying that there would be no private lessons for a short time. He knew that Yuan Sisi was very busy and had a tight schedule, so he put on his fitness clothes and went to the aerobic area with a clean towel without waiting for her to reply. After doing some warm-up exercises, he turned on the treadmill and started running. By adding points, he can indeed increase his physical attributes, but the habit of exercise has been developed. If he doesn't exercise every day, he will feel uncomfortable all over, and exercise may not only strengthen your body, it also helps with sleep and keeps him energetic. Within a few minutes, customers began to arrive in the aerobic area of the gym. Most of them are women. When they see Su Yang, most of them will take the initiative to say hello to him. Su Yang is still very popular with women in the gym, especially after knowing he is the gym owner. Su Yang nodded to them and kept running at a super fast pace, running for half an hour without stopping. Although there was a small amount of sweat on his forehead, he had not reached his limit. He feels that he is in very good condition today. And Su Yang's physical strength made many women next to him look askance. I didn't expect Boss Su to have such good physical strength and look very strong. Boss Su doesn't have a girlfriend, right? It seems like I can't vent my energy. Then go and help him. Why don't you go? A few married women chatting together can make a big man retreat. But not long after, Yuan Sisi came to Su Yang. Su Yang nodded to her as a greeting. Talking directly will destroy his breathing rhythm. Unexpectedly, at this time, Yuan Sisi reached out and pressed the control screen a few times to slow down the treadmill speed. What's the matter? Su Yang asked, wiping his sweat. Yuan Sisi looked up at Su Yang and asked, why don't you go to class? It's going to be quite busy recently. Su Yang casually found a reason for himself. You have time to run, but you don't have time to take my private lessons. Yuan Sisi didn't believe Su Yang's explanation at all. Or do you think the quality of my private lessons is not good? Did this woman take the wrong medicine today? Su Yang began to wonder if Yuan Sisi's aunt was here. Seeing the people running nearby looking towards them, Su Yang said, let's talk somewhere else. Yuan Sisi also felt that what she just said was inappropriate. Seeing Su Yang turn off the treadmill and leave, she could only follow him. After bringing Yuan Sisi to his office, Su Yang turned around and saw Yuan Sisi closing the door smoothly. He originally wanted to remind him, but gave up after thinking about it. Boss, why don't you go to class? Yuan Sisi spoke in a much softer tone this time. The quality of your teaching goes without saying. I have gained a lot under your guidance these days. Su Yang explained gently, I'm just busy recently and want to exercise on my own for a while. Although Su Yang's voice was gentle, it carried an unquestionable will. Yuan Sisi knew that he had already decided. She lowered her head and said, okay. Yeah. Su Yang thought for a while and then said, but if I want to take private lessons in the future, I will definitely come to you. Okay. Hearing these words, Yuan Sisi felt better again. When Su Yang went back for a run, an older sister asked out of curiosity, Boss Su, what happened to Yuan Sisi just now? She seems to be in a bad mood. The work problem has been solved. Su Yang replied casually. Boss Su, I think Yuan Sisi seems to have a crush on you. Su Yang smiled and said, my employees all have a good impression of me. Seeing that Su Yang was already exercising on the treadmill, the eldest sister stopped talking. Su Yang also felt that Yuan Sisi might have a crush on him. If you take the time and energy to pursue it seriously, you might actually be able to succeed, but he felt that was too much trouble. At this stage, it would be better for him to put his limited energy into his career. There are so many beautiful girls in Rongcheng. And he felt that Yuan Sisi was quite complicated. He will not underestimate a woman who has become the best seller in the gym. Without Golden Finger, he would be inferior to Yuan Cece in many places. After exercising until he was sweating profusely and out of breath, Su Yang went to take a hot bath. Stepping on the non-slip mat, he thought again of the customer who broke his leg during the rehearsal a month ago. After he asked Su Jiping to lay out a large number of non-slip mats, the incident of the customer breaking his leg in the gym disappeared. In August, the matter of Yuan Cece being molested and resigning also disappeared. Su Yang didn't even know if it was the reason why he added a large number of cameras in the gym. In the afternoon, the agent he contacted took Su Yang to Shindu Garden. Shindu Garden is a relatively good real estate near Feda Plaza. There are not only ordinary houses here, but also villas. This place is close to the gym and hot pot restaurant in Qinglong district, which is convenient for Su Yang to work. Originally, Su Yang rented a one-bedroom apartment. However, he was not satisfied with several apartments he had seen. The main reason was that the apartment the agent showed him was on a high floor, and he didn't like living too high. Moreover, there were many residents in the apartment building, and it might take more than 10 minutes to take the elevator downstairs every day. So the agent took him to Shindu Garden to have a look. There are two-bedroom houses for rent here. If you can't rent a one-bedroom apartment, renting a two-bedroom house is also good. Anyway, Su Yang can afford it. As soon as he entered the gate of the community, a red BMW stopped next to Su Yang. Su Yang turned around and saw Qin Shuang looking at him with a smile. "Boss Su, do you live here too?" "No." Su Yang said with a smile, "I came to see the house." Qin Shuang glanced at the agent and Ma Ran who were following him. The young male agent immediately smiled and greeted, "Hello, Sister Qin." Chapter 49. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Yeah. Qin Shuang nodded to the agent, and then asked Su Yang curiously, "Do you want to buy a house?" Su Yang smiled and said, "I rent a house," that he may not be able to afford a house. "Even if I could afford it, I wouldn't want to buy it. These days, housing prices in various places have dropped sharply. As long as it's not an urgent need, I'm willing to wait a little longer." He is not too wealthy, so instead of buying a house, he might as well continue to expand his hot pot restaurant. At least he is sure to make a profit by opening a hot pot restaurant. "How many rooms and living rooms are you renting?" "2 bedrooms and 1 living room." Su Yang heard from the agent that there is no one-bedroom apartment in Shindu Garden. "That's just right, rent my apartment." Qin Shuang said with a smile, "You three get in the car." "Okay, Sister Qin." Just when Su Yang was hesitating, the agent had already opened the back seat door of the BMW and got in the car. Chapter 37. Meeting Qin Shuang again. "I'm the boss's driver." Ma Ran looked at Su Yang, and Su Yang could only nod. "Get in the car." Seeing Ma Ran squeeze into the back row, Su Yang had no choice but to sit in the passenger seat of Qin Shuang. It would seem a bit impolite if 3 grown men squeezed into the back row. There is a fresh and elegant fragrance in the BMW. When you turn your head, you can see Qin Shuang's plump white arms and that white shirt. The white shirt is also tied with a beautiful and elegant little bow tie, which makes Qin Shuang look intellectual, elegant and beautiful. Looking down along the ribbon of the little tie, Su Yang looked away naturally. As the wheels rolled over the speed bump, the head of the big white ornament began to shake. It looked at Su Yang with a very playful smile, twisting its head. "This little thing is quite unique. I didn't expect Boss Su to need to rent a house." Qin Shuang asked casually while driving, "Have you considered buying a house here? Are you trying to persuade me to buy a house?" Su Yang became alert instantly. "Are you still advising me to buy a house in this situation? This woman has a cruel heart." Ever since he saw the reasons for the closure of a large number of shops, Su Yang didn't have a good impression of the landlord. Thinking that the agent in the back row is so familiar with Qin Shuang, he must have more than one house in his hands. It is estimated that if he said he wanted to buy a house, this woman would sell his house to him, so he decisively refused. "Funds are tight and I have no ideas at the moment." Unexpectedly, Qin Shuang asked casually, "I heard that Boss Su has bought 2 more gyms. Are you planning to officially enter the fitness industry?" "I do have this idea," Qin Shuang praised. "I didn't expect Boss Su to be quite enterprising." "You have to find something to do, right?" "That's right." Qin Shuang nodded in agreement. At this time, her car also stopped. Su Yang got out of the car and saw the small 6-story Western-style building next to him. After the agent got out of the car, he looked at Qin Shuang with some confusion. However, Qin Shuang didn't explain much and just said to Su Yang, "Come with me." Following Qin Shuang in the elevator to the 6th floor, she took out her key and opened an entrance door. As soon as she entered the living room, Su Yang's eyes lit up. The living room is quite spacious, and the sofas and furniture in the living room are covered with dust-proof cloths. However, Su Yang could still tell that the decoration was relatively modern, avant-garde, and simple in style. It's not the kind of rich and prosperous style with red and green flowers blooming. Qin Shuang opened the curtains in the living room, bright sunlight shone in, and the whole living room was bright. Su Yang came to the balcony and saw a villa area. Most of those villas are hidden among many tall trees. A clear river meanders between the villa areas, and further away there is an artificial lake with pink lotus flowers. There should be a lot of mosquitoes, right? This was Su Yang's first reaction, but then he laughed. Qin Shuang, standing next to Su Yang, asked, "How is this house?" "Not bad, it's really good." The house Su Yang rents now is relatively shady. Even during the day, the living room is dark and needs to be turned on. As for the room he rented, it was naturally the worst location among the 3 bedrooms. The window sill is blocked by another building. Even in winter, this house has plenty of sunshine. Qin Shuang pointed to the balcony and said, "There are deck chairs in the room. If you like to bask in the sun, you can move here." Hearing this, Su Yang was completely moved. He loves to bask in the sun in the winter. Many people say that people in Rongqing like to bask in the sun and are all sunflowers, but Su Yang thinks this should be caused by the geographical environment. In winter here, there are often continuous cloudy days. I really don't see the sun a few times a month. If you don't get some sunshine, you'll feel depressed. However, Su Yang did not agree directly, but said, "I'll take a look at the bedroom again." "All right." Su Yang walked around the room and soon discovered something was wrong. Ma Ran said to Su Yang, "Boss, this house seems to have 3 bedrooms, 1 living room, 1 kitchen, and 2 bathrooms. It is more than 140 square meters." Qin Shuang looked at Su Yang curiously. "This is..." Before Su Yang could speak, Ma Ran introduced himself. "Hello, Sister Qin, my name is Ma Ran, the boss's driver." "Oh." Qin Shuang nodded, not particularly surprised. After all, according to legend, Su Yang was very rich. At this time, Su Yang couldn't explain anything, so he could only say to Qin Shuang, "Sister Qin, this house seems a bit big." Qin Shuang asked with a smile, "Are you afraid of living in a big house?" "I'm too lazy to clean. There are hourly workers. I'd better rent a small house. My house is decorated in a high-end style, and the air conditioner and washing machine are all branded goods. It has been 2 years, and it must be habitable." Qin Shuang glanced at the agent and said, "If you rent it yourself, you might rent a black-hearted string house." The agent walked to the balcony in a few steps, as if admiring the beautiful scenery outside. Su Yang knew about string houses, which were indeed quite disgusting. Various inferior decorations. Formaldehyde exceeded the standard. Formaldehyde is odorless, and it is difficult for ordinary people to identify it. Section 50. You are listening at novelfull.audio. People with poor physique will often get sick after living there for a while. I can also rent it to you at the price of 2 bedrooms and 1 living room. Qin Shuang continued, "This house is not easy to rent, and I have strict requirements for tenants. Anyway, no one rents it, so I might as well rent it to you. If you feel that you owe me, just give me a few private lessons from Yuan Cece." "Okay." Looking at the bright living room, the sunlight coming in from the window, and the pretty good view, Su Yang was a little reluctant. Of course, he would not let Qin Shuang suffer. After all, he didn't want to owe Qin Shuang a favor. She wanted Yuan Cece's free private lessons, and Su Yang would definitely give it to her. As for Yuan Cece, Su Yang would also give her the share she deserved according to the fitness profit-sharing standard. Ma Ran helped Su Yang check all the furniture, home appliances, and bathrooms in the room. After confirming that there were no problems, Su Yang signed a rental agreement with Qin Shuang with the help of the agent. The rent was 3,000 a month, with a deposit of 1 1/3. the agent also arranged a special cleaner for Su Yang. Today, I will help him clean thoroughly. At other times, a cleaning lady will come to help him clean every 3 days, after getting the key and saying goodbye to Qin Shuang. Su Yang returned to his rental house. He called the landlord and said he wanted to cancel the lease. The landlord said that he could return the deposit, but not the rent for this month. This made Su Yang feel good. He had never planned to return the rent for August. After all, he had lived there until August 1st. He didn't expect that finding a house would be so smooth, and he thought it would take a few days. He first cleaned his room thoroughly. In the afternoon, after Dong Fang and Yang Yun came back, Su Yang told them that he was leaving. After all, they lived together for a year, and although they had little communication, they still had some affection. Yang Yun could cook, and when he first came to this rental house, he even had 2 meals, but Su Yang was shy, and later he felt embarrassed. Dong Fang asked in confusion, Xiao Yang, are you leaving Rongcheng? No, I have to move to a new place for work reasons. That's good. Dong Fang nodded. Although the work pressure in Rongcheng is also very high, at least there are still opportunities here, otherwise I can only go to the developed coastal cities. Well, Su Yang said, I'll treat you to a meal at the hot pot restaurant. It's better not to spend money. Dong Fang rolled up his sleeves and said, I'll cook this time. Su Yang smiled and said, I've reserved a seat. Okay then. At 7 o'clock, Chun-Li also came back. When she heard that Su Yang was leaving, she was a little reluctant, but she didn't say anything. Chapter 38 Farewell Treat. Chun-Li is a little strange. The hot pot restaurant they booked is on a nearby street, and the taste is not bad. In August, Rongcheng has begun to get stuffy. Their table is set outside the store, and there is a cool breeze from time to time. From time to time, the sound of several men playing finger-guessing games can be heard from next door. While eating hot pot, Dong Fang wanted to drink cold beer. Su Yang and Chun-Li also ordered beer to drink with him. Drinking cold beer in summer is still quite refreshing. After drinking a bottle, Dong Fang began to talk about the recent housing prices and his own house. He said that he had not received the house yet and the down payment was almost gone. In addition, now that the house is about to be capped, he began to worry again. Worried that the house will be unfinished. Then, he talked about the market of the decoration industry in Rongcheng and said that the work pressure is very high. Su Yang listened quietly, and occasionally comforted Dong Fang with Yang Yun. At the end, Dong Fang shook his dizzy head and said, I seem to be a little drunk. Su Yang looked at Chun-Li, who had not spoken much, and said, I'm almost done eating. Yang Yun smiled and said, I'm full too, let's go back. Dong Fang was actually still sober, but he was a little floating when walking and needed Yang Yun's support. Su Yang glanced at Chun-Li, who also drank a few bottles of beer. She walked with her head down, and was quite steady. After returning to his room, Su Yang tidied up a little and found that he didn't have anything to take away, just clothes, shoes, bedding, and a laptop that had been in service for 4 years and would make a humming sound every time it was turned on. Turning on the air conditioner, lying on this familiar bed, Su Yang couldn't help but recall the scene when he first came. Just when he was dazed, there was a knock on the door. Su Yang. Chun-Li's voice came from outside the door. What's wrong? You went to take a shower. Chun-Li's voice came from outside the door. I'm done. Okay. Su Yang came to the bathroom with a basin and his own toiletries. There was still hot air in the bathroom, and it smelled good. It seemed to be the smell of Chun-Li. He was a little irritated when he smelled it. Recently, he has not only been exercising for a long time, but his body has also been strengthened in all aspects, a little too healthy. After taking a shower and putting on his clothes, he went back to his room. After locking the door and looking back, he was frightened. There was a woman lying on his bed. Half a minute later, he calmed down a little. The door of the rental house must be closed. Su Yang was very sure. Then there were only 2 women in the entire rental house. Yang Yun and Chun-Li. Chun-Li. Sister Chun-Li. No one responded. Drunk? Asleep? Still wrapped in her own quilt, Su Yang tiptoed to the bedside and lifted her somewhat messy black hair. She was still sleeping on her stomach. Su Yang could see her beautiful profile, her closed eyelids, and her long eyelashes.